All right, guys, we are live. What's up, everybody? We are live. What's going on? What's going on? Gonna get this link posted across the account, so we're good to go, guys. This is day one of walking across the United Swerve. What's going on, everybody? Good night. How we doing? Hope everyone had a good day. I'm gonna get this link posted, guys, in the chats, and then we'll be good to go. And then we'll start the scan, guys. 1 second. The stock dads have investing education or just day trading swings? Everything. We have stocks, we have options, we have futures. Once you sign up, you get the Stock Dads Academy, which gives you all the basics to anything you need to know about trading. And obviously, the best piece of joining Stock Dads is the fact that you're in a community with not only 13 exclusive analysts, but a bunch of other like-minded people. So there's tons of educational components in it, as well as obviously tons of analysts that can help you out. And we have a support team that's just 100% dedicated to just straight support. So these are people that don't necessarily trade; they just are there to help you out, make sure you're getting the most out of your, out of the community. So, and as of now, guys, the code Zach is still valid. Gets you 30% off for life on all new users, guys. All new users get 30% off for life. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. Guys, we are ready to rumble. I'm going to allow a couple more minutes for people to join, and then we're going to start the market scan. So in the meantime, guys, do me a favor. Drop any tickers you want me to cover down below in the chat. Any tickers you want me to cover, I'm going to start covering them, and we're going to start our analysis and our evening scan here for next week, guys. So drop any tickers you want me to cover down below. Obviously, you guys can ask me some questions about futures, but in reality, because futures do trade overnight, we're probably better off waiting for tomorrow to see where we open up. But I can give you a general higher time frame idea, right? What's going on, Lear? Someone said Amazon, Rivian. We'll get going, guys, underway here. If people trickle in, people will trickle in. Danny, thank you for the gift as well. And also, guys, if you're not already following me on TikTok, please do me a favor, double tap that screen and drop me a follow on TikTok. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. QQQ, SPX, we'll get to that in a second, guys. So we'll cover Amazon first. And as always, guys, we start on the higher time frame. So plain and simple, what's Amazon right now? Monthly uptrend, right? Amazon's at a key spot. Amazon's at a key spot, guys. As you can see, we're pretty much retesting this previous all-time high zone, which was also kind of a double top-ish area before we finally cracked out and broke over that 200, right? So Amazon's in a pretty crucial spot because if you look at the weekly chart, it's potentially going to flip into a weekly downtrend for the first time in a long time. So this week will be key. We have 5 weekly red bars in a row. Can we get some type of relief bounce at least before the next move lower? We shall see. We shall see. Oh, dang. Sorry to hear that, Harold. Sorry to hear that. How do you get into stocks? Well, the first thing you're going to do is definitely invest in your education. That's my number one piece of advice. And obviously, I'm an advocate for Stock Dads because I'm an analyst in there. So click the link in the bio and join the team. What else we got, guys? So someone said Amazon. Someone said PLTR, Rivian, and I'll get to the other ones in a second, guys. So Rivian, right? Higher time frames. We pretty much tagged that monthly 20 EMA. As always, monthly close over the 8-week target, the 20. We got pretty dang close. Now it's still kind of trying to figure itself out. Truthfully, if you look at it, it's really kind of giving me, monthly bear flag vibes. But this also could just be the start, or really not the start, but we're just continuing this accumulation process, right? So this accumulation process could really start. We need to see a monthly close above the 20 EMA. This name has pretty much been in a downtrend its entire existence, so it needs a monthly close over the 20 EMA, which will likely need some type of earnings catalyst. So not really a huge fan of that this ticker right now, guys. Someone wanted to see QQQ and SPX. Obviously, those are just the indices, guys. Relatively straightforward there. If you look at the monthly, obviously still in an uptrend, but we're getting our first sign of kind of a red flag in a while here, right? With these topping tails here around this 540-ish mark. Looking at the weekly, pretty harsh weekly 3-bar pullback. Yet last week officially hit the negative 10% marker for the definition of an actual correction in the QQQ. So we don't get many of those 10% dips. Whenever we do, it's typically a good opportunity to buy, right? Typically. Or at least start to dollar cost average. So, that's the key thing here. Do we flip to an official weekly downtrend for the first time? We've been technically in a weekly uptrend since we flipped back to the upside in January, early 2023. So it's been pretty much 2 years of a weekly uptrend. So we'll see if that's in jeopardy here. What's up, Shrek? How we doing? I'll get to all the tickers, guys. It might take a little bit, but I'll make sure I'll get to all of them, guys. And as always, if you guys want to make sure that your analysis is never skipped, make sure you tag me in the Discord. I'll be happy to do any analysis there to make sure you guys get everything that you need. And just tag me in the main chat there in the stock chat, guys. And again, if you're not already in there, use code ZACH. It'll get you a 30% discount for life, regardless of what package you choose. And you'll be grandfathered in, guys, when we do raise the prices, so you don't have to worry about any of that. But with QQQ, we now have our first potential bottoming / failure to go lower. It's pretty clear, right? We basically had a straight move down for negative 10%. It was not very cool and collected. It was pretty much a mini flash crash of sorts, right? Very volatile, very expanded range. Pretty much 2-3 weeks of straight downside. So now the question is, do we put in some type of substantial lower high before going lower? Do we go lower? There's no rules in the market. That's what we need to figure out. It's kind of the same view for ES as well, guys. Someone said SPX, so I guess I'll just look at that. It's kind of the same exact view, right? Not quite a negative 10% drop from the highs, but it doesn't need to be, right? Obviously, even a -7, -8, -9% drop is still pretty significant. So we'll see what happens with the indices and the market as a whole this week. Someone said VST, Tesla. Is Mark going to pump or dump this week? I wish I knew the answer. I wish I did. Guys on TikTok, let's even get to 2K likes, guys. Double tap that screen. I'm on here to try to help you guys out, answer some questions, meet some new people. And again, if you're not already in the Discord, make sure you join up. So VST as of now is in a daily downtrend. The weekly's potentially flipping, and the monthly's not looking ideal. The monthly could catch some support around this 95 to 100. A lot of the charts look the same, so we're looking for the charts that don't look the same, because all of these charts that are already pulling back, right, it's just going to follow the market. We want the ones that are standing out as really, really strong or really, really weak. And this one doesn't really fit either criteria. Tesla's kind of the same deal. I'm not really interested in longing Tesla until we get a bottom, right? Looking at the monthly, we're right at this monthly 20 EMA, really, really key spot to hold. The daily, right, gave us our potential first real failure to go lower here as well. Let's see what happens. We're pretty extended from the daily 8. It could at least rally back to like 280s, but again, no need to try to catch the bottom here. Someone said Tesla, someone said VST, caught all those. Let's see what people are saying on TikTok, guys. What's up, John? We'll check out WM real quick. Waste management. It's not really a ticker I like to trade. It's a little bit of a slower mover. But we're pretty much at the all-time highs, right? Anytime there are all-time highs, it's very simple. You look at the higher time frames, buy the EMA dips. Monthly, weekly, daily. So, we buy the weekly EMA dips. Boom, we bounce off that weekly 8. We buy the daily EMA dips inside bars. So above this previous like 230-ish, it would be a good long. Again, this is not really a ticker I like to trade too much because it's usually a slow mover. But SoFi and ELF. SoFi also getting whacked, guys, with the market. Daily downtrend. Weekly's potentially trying to flip here as well. The monthly's just pulling back to the 8. So, right, a lot of these names, again, look the same. We're looking for the anomalies that don't look the same. Where do I trade stocks? I use Webull, and I use tastytrade, and I use Robinhood, guys. You think I'll be a pop to 490 in the sell-off? Maybe. How do you factor in news that could impact the market that we saw this past week when setting up a swing trade? You just got to size accordingly. Smaller size, buy a lot of time. That's really all you can do. That's really all you can do. Let's see. Happy, Jez, and Icy, thank you guys for the follow. Someone said PLTR. I'm trying to get to all the tickers, guys. As always, again, if you want to make sure you get all your questions answered, make sure you join the Discord. Tag me in there. So PLTR, guys, a little worrisome here with this really, really big monthly topping tail. My guess is it consolidates for a bit. Looking at the weekly, looking at the weekly here, we're just kind of hanging out the daily 20 EMA, which was the previous all-time high, as you can see. Daily still just kind of chopping around in a downtrend, so this next week will be pretty key. If we do break underneath last month low, which I'm going to set an alert for, a break under last month low, we could probably target this monthly 8 EMA around the $65 to $70 area. How do you know the weekly is trying to flip? Based on the EMAs, my EMA system. Pretty simple for that one. WBA, Walgreens. Not superly interested in this one. Also another really, really slow mover. Really, really ugly chart. Could it be bottoming? Sure, but there's a lot better names, right? Weekly's looking okay. Daily's looking okay. But when you zoom out to that monthly, you know, until we get a monthly close above the 8 EMA, I'm really just not interested. There's a lot of better names out there. BBAI, a couple people asked me about that. Not really a fan of stocks, yeah, especially look at this. The earnings got whacked. Yeah, this is probably not going to be an ideal one here, right? This weekly's looking ugly. Monthly did technically flip, but this really ugly monthly topping tail all the way up here. And since these highs dropped 70%, so this general area should be held. I would say if it dips under like $2, exit. So in theory, you're risking about 50% to make, you know, whatever you think it'll go up to. So not the worst. Ulta, monthly downtrend, weekly downtrend, daily downtrend. It has earnings coming up this week, so I would say wait for the earnings, but the chart itself's not too pretty, guys. GRRR, Gorilla. This name has been relatively strong. Earnings in a bit, weekly, monthly. So the monthly has not flipped yet. Once this monthly flips, it should be good to go. Not overly interested until the monthly flips, though. But it could still work. Can we check NVIDIA? Sure. And then someone said MRK. I'll cover MRK. So NVIDIA, guys, is pretty clear. As I said, pre-earnings, that obviously earnings are, you know, a crapshoot. No one really knows exactly what's going to happen. But with that being said, it still is kind of respecting this downtrend line, still making lower highs, no new highs, making lower lows. And so sure enough, we did not break above on earnings. And now look where we are, back at the weekly and monthly support. The weekly just flipped to the downside, but the key level here is this 110. Right, this 109, 110. If we break under that with confirmation, it's probably not looking good. As of now, a potential failure to go lower. So again, we'll see what happens next week. We'll see what happens tomorrow, if this is going to be a pivot low bottom for NVIDIA or if there's going to be more downside. You know, obviously, like I said, guys, a lot of the charts are looking the same because the market's very weak. We're looking for charts that either have extreme weakness or extreme strength. One of those names that we mentioned a couple weeks ago was Amgen. This thing is continuing to pump. Really, really nice looking chart. Really, really strong. LLY was another one up until Friday. Really, really nice. Really, really strong. So definitely seeing more downside. Definitely could be. MRK. Someone said MRK. Sorry. So this daily is looking a little funky with this topping tail. Not a huge fan of that. Makes sense because the weekly is rejecting the 20 EMA and a monthly is in a downtrend. So yeah, this will be a no trade for me, guys, until that weekly flips up to an uptrend. Let me see, guys. I'm trying to catch up to all the tickers. Someone said XYZ. This is another chart, guys, that's really ugly. And at this point, I'm not really looking to short too much, but a really ugly looking chart, right? Really, this thing's just been consolidating for a long, long time, right? Really long time, like 3 years. Until we get a monthly flip that sticks, right? This monthly flipped, but reversed, and we never made new highs after that. So we need a monthly that flips and sticks, but obviously this earnings report was brutal and sent us lower. It had all the makings, technical-wise and potentially fundamental, to make a move higher. It just didn't want to do it. And now from these highs around $100, we're down 40%. Already covered Tesla moves. And again, guys, I'm just for the sake of time, because I have a lot of tickers, a lot of questions, I'm not going to be doing duplicates. Again, if you do want me to cover some analysis that maybe we already covered on stream, make sure you tag me in the Discord, tag me in the stock chat. I'll be happy to post my chart for you in there. But just for the sake of the stream, because I don't have unlimited time, unfortunately, we're going to just not be doing any doubles today. And again, if you're not already in the Discord, guys, make sure you click the link in the bio and use code ZACH. Code ZACH gets you 30% discount for all new members, guys. ES and NQ already covered that, Zeke. Yep. APLD. Yeah, APLD got whacked. So this one actually is very interesting. Look, it tried to actually break last year high. It tried. So now, I know I'm showing you the yearly chart, but just to show you the consolidation, right? The monthly's still in an uptrend, but we have not gotten confirmation above last year high. As I said in a couple streams a couple weeks ago, I said I wanted to see a weekly close above like 11, 12 bucks. From there, most likely we were going to head up towards that 14 and 17. We never got it. We rejected. Now we have earnings coming up next month, and that'll probably be the key catalyst. LMT. Someone said LMT. So the daily is flipping back to the upside, but the monthly still is kind of underneath these EMAs, and the weekly's flipped down. So it's been on a nice run from these lows here, but not overly interested in this week. APP, this is another one, guys, that has gotten whacked the last couple weeks, right? But again, most of these names are looking like to potentially have this maybe pivot low, at least temporarily, put in on Friday. So we're going to see what happens. Looking at the weekly chart, right, underneath the weekly EMAs, but the key thing is we just back tested the monthly 8 EMA. Tested that monthly 8 EMA for the first time since that big breakout around $167 where it, tripled from there. So we'll see what happens going into next week. Someone said Intel INTC. Monthly is looking really ugly, right? And I kind of mentioned this last stream that I thought at this point we can back test this previous support, now turn resistance, and sure enough, what did we do? We did, and we rejected it pretty hard, right? So now we're in a daily, weekly, and monthly downtrend. Just overall no good. MPW. Not sure what this ticker is, but monthly downtrend, weekly looks okay, daily looks fine. So I don't really trade cheap names like this, but not terrible. Someone said DE. So this one actually looks pretty good. I actually like this one. Yeah, so this one looks good. All we really have is resistance at the previous all-time high, right? So I'd say this one be on dip buy watch or a gap above last week high. Nice failure to go lower, though. Yeah, nice failure to go lower and rally back. So I would say this one's a gap above last week high retest or a dip buy. Either one looks good. I'll post the analysis here. Again, guys, I post all of the A+ analysis in the Discord, so make sure you don't miss out on that, guys. DE, nice weekly failure to go lower. Swept last month low. Now looking for gap over last week high for entry. If not, dip buy watch. Hourly, daily EMAs. Target is all-time high and new all-time high. Pretty simple chart right there. Yeah, it's a good looking chart, guys. Someone said JD. So if you look at JD, we kind of have a little bit of an upper wick here on this weekly, right? Nice volume coming in, which I don't really pay attention to often, but it is definitely notable. Looking at this monthly chart, we did break last month high. So now, in my opinion, what's probably the most likely scenario is a weekly inside bar, and then potentially next week, the following week, making some type of move in JD. We were able to take some nice trims there. And so last week, what I did is we took some trims up here, and then I added back some some 1 day expiration. We got about 50% on half the position. The rest went to zero. So pretty much a nothing burger there. But we tried for the overnight highs around $48. That's what we were looking for. RGTI. This one had earnings as well. Monthly's retesting that 8. Daily downtrend. Weekly's looking okay. So I would say once this daily flips back into an uptrend, would probably be good for RGTI. Someone said Verizon. Kind of unusually strong here on Friday, which is what you want to see actually. Weekly's looking good. Monthly's so this is actually looking good. This is a really, really slow ticker to trade. So you have to just be mentally prepared for that. But this chart does look good. It looks like the bottoming process happened. If you look, this is from January of 2024. So it pretty much went sideways for over a year. And now we're trying to finally start to break out. So, this name did pop about 10% the last 2 trading days. So I would say wait for a pullback, and that would be a good one to long. Let me know any other tickers, guys, you got for me in the chat. Let me know. I'm just scrolling back and make sure I didn't miss anything. If you're on TikTok, guys, as well, double tap the screen, like the stream, drop me a follow if you're not already following, please. Someone said, how do I get into Stock Dads? Guys, if you want to join the Stock Dads team, make sure you click the link in the bio and use code ZACH. Code ZACH will get you that 30% discount. We have everything from stocks, options, futures, crypto, you name it, guys. You got it, Dan, no problem. Someone said apps and then TSM. So someone said TSM twice. I'll just do TSM real quick. TSM and TSMC, I'm pretty sure the same thing. Yeah. So TSM. Um, so TSM had some type of news, I believe, with Intel, but at the end of the day, you got to realize news doesn't really mean much if it's not backed by technicals. So the daily never flipped back into an uptrend. So if you look at this chart, we're right now in a weekly downtrend. Oops. We're right now in a weekly downtrend, and the monthly is not looking ideal. If we do, for some reason, dip down to like 157s, that would be a pretty good spot to buy. Otherwise, this weekly's in a downtrend and needs to put in an immediate failure to go lower this week. But the daily's looking pretty ugly. But a lot of these names, again, look pretty similar. You know, have pretty much, 20 to 30+% drops from the highs, trying to put in some type of bottom, but we have to see. It's too early to tell. You doing any put options? I've done some puts, yeah. But personally, guys, I prefer, if I'm going to take puts, I just prefer to short futures. I think it's much easier to short futures instead of trying to swing puts. I like to swing trade for options, and when it comes to swing trading, I prefer to use calls, not puts. Have a good one, Harold. Someone said AMD and QCOM. AMD, guys, has been on my do not trade list for a while. There's no reason to trade this name daily, weekly, monthly downtrend. If you want to continue to short it, you can. But this thing's dropped from 225 to 100. It's dropped 55% from the highs, and now is at a pretty key support, this general area here, right? So I'm not touching this for the short side. Also not touching it for the long side. So QCOM, it's kind of the same deal. Monthly's just been consolidating here. A lot of monthly consolidation. Looking at this weekly chart, still, not ideal. A lot of consolidation. Daily's in a downtrend. But, if you look at QCOM on the monthly perspective, it looks a lot but similar to this MU, where a lot of it's just, consolidating upper wicks, right? Similar looking chart where I think as a whole, the semiconductors need that next leg up or just need this bottom to hold. Thoughts on JD? Bullish on JD. How can you tell how much you make based on how much you risk? I'm not sure what you mean by that. How can you tell? I guess if you're talking about your broker statements, you could check your broker statements. If not, just risk to reward. If you are risking 20% on an option to make 20%, it's 1-to-1, right? Just math right there. Dell. So Dell's in a monthly downtrend right now. With the huge swings lately, with Trump's announcement, puts him in very good. Yeah, I mean, listen, you can make money nowadays, puts and calls same day. I just prefer to look one-sided, and if I'm looking to short, I just short with futures. I've shorted a bunch of times in the last couple weeks. Dell's in a monthly uptrend still, but the weekly's in a downtrend, right? Pretty key spot right here at this 85, 87 zone right here. Should hold right here. If it does not, it's probably going to be a bit ugly. Daily downtrend, right? We're sort of this huge support. So this actually is, a must-hold type of spot here. Whenever this hourly flips up, it'll be key. A put is an option where you're betting on the downside. A call is an option where you're betting on the upside. Sweet Green. This is another one, guys, that I just don't really like, right? A lot of people, I traded this stock a lot last year during this time. We caught a really nice trade. Where was it? I forgot when it was. Somewhere in here we caught a really nice trade, I believe. Got 200% or something like that, but it kind of has topped at this point. The monthly close under the 20 EMA. It's in a weekly downtrend, also a daily downtrend. So for me, there's not a whole lot of a reason to long this name. If you want to short it, go ahead, but I don't like to short names like this personally. Yes, I trade options as well, guys. I trade options and I trade futures in the Discord. I share all of my analysis and signals, guys. And right now we're doing a futures challenge where we had a $50,000 account to start. Tradeify account. Again, if you use code StockDads, you get a 30% discount on all the accounts. We started at $50,000 and now we're sitting up, I think, about roughly $400 in profit or so since we started last week. The goal is to get a payout, however long that may take. Have a good one, late night. Again, if you guys are not already following, make sure you double tap the screen, drop me a follow, guys. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support. Someone said AVGO. Ooh. Whoa. Yeah, so AVGO, guys, looking at this daily, it's still in a daily downtrend. Weeklies, okay. Monthlies, you know, 3-bar pullback as of now. So a lot of these charts, right, they look the same. We got to see, is this weekly going to stick? Is this daily going to be a pivot low, or are we going lower? What do you need help with, Project 5? Oracle has earnings, guys, so I'm going to stay away from Oracle until it reports, right? Oracle has earnings, so until they report, I'm staying away. Carter Loaf, I don't know what exactly you're saying there with that. I'm sorry about that. Let me know, guys, if anyone else has any other questions. I already talked about QQQ. Guys. And just for the sake of time, I'm not going to be doing duplicates, unfortunately, guys. I want to be able to get to everybody's questions, so I'm not going to be doing duplicates right now. If you're in the Discord, gladly tag me in the Discord. I'll make sure I get to your analysis, and I'll, you know, do doubles, triples, whatever it is. You just joined the Discord, or you just joined the stream? What are you saying? Just doing a little scanning on my own here, just looking at some certain tickers here. Lemonade's one we've been watching. We've been actively trading this one, right? So for Lemonade, we need it above 37. Above 37, we can long up towards 40, and then hopefully get that break of 40 up towards 44s. Lemonade, need to confirm over 37. Above that, room to 40. If we clear 40, finally get that run to 44 to 45. Pretty simple chart in there. Looking good looking chart. Use Trio, thank you for the follow. I've been seeing people make 1K in a day on one trade and only risking 400. Is that feasible? Yeah. Last week, Carter, I was able to withdraw $25,000 of actual profit from futures firms. So it's definitely possible. ARB, Alt Shares Merger Arbitrage. I have no idea what this is, guys. And this thing's a really slow mover. This thing only moves a couple cents in a day. I would not touch this, guys. Yeah, I took a trade earlier. I took one trade earlier, guys. Cat daily downtrend, weekly downtrend, monthly trying to hold off that 20 EMA. So not a bad one. Again, a lot of these charts look the same. We're looking for charts that look like outliers here, right? NNOX has earnings this week, so I would stay away till it does. CRISPR has earnings in a couple weeks. Weekly downtrend, monthly downtrend, daily. Trying to flip, but wouldn't touch this one right now, guys. Yeah, guys, futures opens 6 o'clock. How much did I risk for that 25,000? So guys, you have to realize with futures firms, you don't have to risk that much capital, right? Because it costs you a couple $100. To start and open an account. So in theory, I opened 5 accounts for about $200 each, so I had about $1,000 of my own money in there. So basically $1,000 worth of risk, and I was able to make 25,000. What EMAs do I use? 8 and 20 EMAs on every time frame, guys. And again, futures open at 6 o'clock Eastern time on Sundays, guys. So you are able to take a trade. I took a small trade earlier, up about $275. Someone said Guild. Guild's another name that's been very strong, right? This one, all you got to do is just buy the daily EMA dips. Looking at this monthly chart, we're pretty much near that monthly all-time high, right? Most likely, I think we're going to kind of go back to this monthly all-time high at some point. This is from 10 plus years ago. So, you know, it might be a slow mover to get there, but nonetheless, very strong. Very strong. Uber. This name's not terrible, guys, but you know, if you look at this monthly, that the monthly's the real thing for me. It's a monthly inside bar. So I think this name will trade higher to the upside, but I think it will spend a lot more time consolidating between this like 75 to 80. Where for me, I don't mind taking it above 80, longing it back to the all-time high at 86. For me, that works fine. I don't really trade crypto, but I'll look at Bitcoin just to show you, I guess. But I don't really trade crypto, guys. But again, technicals still apply. Daily downtrend. Weekly is not looking ideal. And if you look at the monthly chart, not a good looking monthly. So I would say if we break underneath like 78K, it's probably a good chance we retest like 75 to 70K on Bitcoin. You got it, Capital. Again, guys, if you're not already in the Discord, make sure you click the link in the bio. Use code ZACH. Code ZACH gets you a 30% discount for life. We're right now doing our futures challenge, where we started with a $50,000 funded account, and we're going to try to run it up to get a payout, guys. That's the goal. Right now, we're up about $400. Not too late to join. And user, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Someone said Hims. Hims went on a crazy run, guys. This was actually one of the names that I mentioned to start the year that I believe was a good candidate to double, and it already doubled to start the year. I mean, I think it was at 27 bucks or something, 26 bucks or so, $27 start the year, and we ran all the way up to about 60 something, 70 something. 71 was the highest. Now at this point, guys, looking at the monthly, it could very well easily be bottom in this area. It could go down lower and test like 26 again. I would say probably better chance than not that this is the bottom here off this weekly 20, monthly 8 area. So I don't mind this at all as of now. 3-bar pullback to that monthly 20 EMA, which was the previous all-time high. So I definitely don't mind that for longs. Good risk to reward here as well. Hims, nasty 50% drop in the last few weeks. 3-bar pullback to weekly 20 EMA. Looking for longs, risking last week low. Targets. So the targets in here, guys, are actually pretty big. This thing's been very volatile recently. The targets would be about 40, 46, and then gap fill, which is like 50. 40, 46, and 50 plus. So him's definitely not looking too shabby for some upside potentially. Catch you, Shrek. Thoughts on copy trading? I use copy trading for my brokers, guys. Holo. Yeah, guys. Any chart that looks like this, guys. Good rule of thumb. If a chart looks like this, stay away. If at any point it was trading in the thousands and thousands, and now it's at $1 because of reverse splits, just to stay on the exchange, stay far, far, far away. Trust me. There's more bad than good always with these type of charts. Let me know, guys, if anyone else, any other tickers, guys. Any other tickers, any other questions? Feel free. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Guys, I don't trade crypto, guys, so I'm not gonna, respectfully, I'm not gonna waste any time talking about crypto just because I don't trade it, guys. I'm just trying to stick to options and futures here. I already covered NQ though, guys. I already covered NQ. Do you focus on swing trading, day trading, futures? I've heard you mention before. Yep. So I do swing trading for options, and I'll do my day trading pretty much exclusively with futures. I'm not really much of an options day trader. But when it comes to futures, guys, like I said, we're doing a futures challenge right now in the Discord where I'm sharing all my trades live. I'm doing it all live, where we start with a $50,000 funded account, and our goal is to get a payout. Not too late to join. Again, all new members, make sure you use code ZACH. Code ZACH gets you a 30% discount for life. Appreciate the likes on TikTok, guys. We're at 5.5K. Park Ev, thank you for the follow on TikTok as well. Thank you guys for the gifts and the follows. Really do appreciate that. Let me know, guys, any other questions I can help you out with. I'm not going to be on too long, but I'm just going to still continue to do my charting and analysis here. A lot of charts still look the same. Lulu, this is another ugly one. Did fill this gap here from that previous earnings, but if you look at the weekly's trying to flip to the downside. Monthly's underneath the EMAs. It had a shot to flip back to the upside. It never ended up doing it. So now we got to wait for next earnings. So how much is the Discord group to enter? So again, you use the code ZACH, gets you about a 30% discount. So it comes to about 100-ish a month. Only $100 or so a month, I believe. Maybe a little bit more, depending on what package you get. Or again, you could get the yearly and it becomes super cheap. So it's up to you guys. But whatever you get, code ZACH get you the best discount possible. So we do have a couple good charts so far, but we'll see what happens for tomorrow, right? I absolutely think, guys, if you're on the fence about joining, give it at least a month. Try it. There's a reason we're the biggest Discord in the entire country, right? We have a lot of analysts, 13 exclusive analysts. We have 3 to 4 live voice chat sessions every single day. You know, webinars, seminars, lectures, a lot of educational content. You get access to the Stock Dads Academy. It's a no-brainer, in my opinion. But I'll be definitely heading off the live soon. I've been on for about 40 minutes or so. Let me know if anybody else has any other questions, guys. Let me know. How many or how much? NDG. There's thousands of members in the Discord, if that's what you mean by like how many people. But if you meant by like how many analysts, like I said, we have more analysts in this, but we have 13 exclusive analysts just to the Discord. One of them is myself. There are other Discords that have more members, but you got to realize some of them are free, some of them don't make as much. We're the largest Discord grossing for a reason. That's all I'm going to say, guys. You know, there's no reason to really share other numbers, but you guys just check it out for yourselves if you're skeptical. Thoughts on QQQ entering the bear market? Well, QQQ is not in a bear market yet. QQQ just had a 10% pullback, which is considered a correction. 20% would be considered bear market, so we'll see. Any other questions you guys got for me? Let me know, guys. Any other questions? Any other questions, guys? Let me know. I already covered RGTI. I already covered that. Again, guys, if you guys want me to get to all of your analysis, make sure you tag me in the Discord. If you're not already in there, make sure you click the link in the bio, use code Zach. But just for the sake of time, because I'm not going to be on here all night forever, I just can't go over duplicates. You know, a lot of people asking Tesla, QQQ, SPY. You know, a bunch of people asked for Getty already. No disrespect, of course. That's it. What broker account you have for futures? I use Tradeify, guys. Tradeify using code StockDads gets you 30% discount on any accounts. How do I feel about JD? We were in JD. We got some trims last week. I'm going to look to add back some trims, guys. You making a play tomorrow? I take trades every single day, guys. So whether it's 1 trade, 5 trades, 10 trades, right? Very, very rarely 10 trades, but I pretty much take a trade every single day, at least one. Yes, you can have up to 5 different accounts on Tradeify. Yes, you can have up to 5 different accounts. You can link them all together, guys. What are my first steps of trading puts? You got to make sure it's in a downtrend. That's the first steps. Make sure you're in a downtrend. Let me know, guys. Any other questions you got for me? Yes, all the accounts are straight to funded accounts. No, I do not have a personal Discord. I'm an exclusive analyst in the Stock Dads Discord. That's the only place you can find my trades, guys. No, I do not have my own money in it. They're all straight to funded accounts. Do I teach options trading? Yes, absolutely so. I have a mastermind coming up in April, guys. If you guys want to get access to that, join the waitlist in the bio. What's up, Amar? Let me know, guys. Any other questions before I hop off here, guys? Let me know. Let's check on the future, see where we're at. So got a little bit of a gap down, right? Continuation. It's pretty much smack in the middle of Friday's range. Probably at some point get up to like 20.085s. Probably somewhere around this 85s to 80s we get there at some point. But most likely it's a lot more consolidation. Yes, I do offer one-on-one coaching. If anyone wants access to that, guys, click the link in my bio to join the Discord, or you can just message me, DM me on Discord, DM me on Instagram, DM me on TikTok. I do beginner, intermediate, advanced, guys. Does not matter for personal one-on-ones. As far as the Discord, you could start without knowing anything and join the Discord, and over time make money. How many people are in Stock Dads? There's multiple people. Yeah. So if you mean analysts, like I said, there's 13 exclusive analysts in the Discord, and we range from stocks, options, futures. There's even more analysts when that are non-exclusive that help out as well. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah. So as far as members, there's a few thousand analysts. 13 exclusive, and then there's some more that are non-exclusive. Hood, yeah, we can do Hood. So first thing is the monthly. A little bit of an ugly topping tail here, right? Similar to a lot of these names, but keep in mind a lot of these names in just a couple weeks have dropped 25, 30, 40, 50%. So looking at this daily, yes, downtrend. Looking at this weekly, we're pulling back to the 20 EMA, which is where we should hold, right? It was this previous kind of consolidation spot here, as I actually have already marked out right here. So this is the spot that it should hold. So if you want to take a long risking Friday low, not the worst thing, right? 10% risk for, in theory, all this upside 50%. So, if you're just using the R2R tool, it's a pretty good risk to reward, right? So we're going to stop at the previous low. Let's just say we're going to target the previous high. It's about 5. Again, this would just probably be shares, but it's about 5 or so to 1, right? 5 to 1 or so. Pretty good R2R. The Discord is Stock Dads, guys. The link is in the bio. If you use code Zach, you get a 30% discount for life for all new members, guys. All new members get that. Free TikTok coins. I need TikTok coins. Again, guys, we're in the middle of a $50,000 futures trading challenge on the funded accounts on Tradeify. It's not too late to join. We're up about $400 so far week 1. Very challenging week 1 as well, guys. I will say, very challenging. What's my strategy? I trade futures and I trade options. Options, I'm a swing trader. Futures, I'm a day trader. I use, obviously market structure, candlestick analysis. And see you, John. And then for futures, I use the 8 and 20 EMA. I'm very reliant on the EMAs. I think they're a cheap code. Have a good one, Michael. Again, guys, if not already in the Discord, make sure you click that link in the bio, guys. Use code Zach. And for those not already on Tradeify and you do want to join the challenge, use Stock Dads, get you a 30% discount. Supply and demand, I don't really use supply and demand, no. Everything in the market is supply and demand, right? But I don't use supply and demand as a strategy. Click the link in the bio, user. Click the link in the bio, and it's the first one. The first one on there. Should be in there. Click the link. First one. Yeah, where it says trade live with us. Everything is supply and demand, guys. Everything. But you need to have a more finite strategy because supply and demand is too vague. It's too vague, right? Any other questions, guys, before I hop off here? Any other questions, guys? Let me know. If not, I'm going to hop off for the night. Let me know, guys. You can always DM me if anyone has any questions as well. DM me, Zach Austin Trades. All right, guys, I think I'm going to hop off here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to me on any of the socials. If you're not already in the Discord, make sure you use code ZACH. Code ZACH gets you that nice 30% discount for life. Join me in the Futures Challenge. I hope to see you guys tomorrow in the Discord. For those that are not already in there,